Since the founding fathers, the love of the land is something buried deep inside of us. It is our heritage, our history, our passion. And we are its greatest stewards. From the smallest blades of grass to the widest of nature's wonders, this is who we are. This is Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land. Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Polaris Off-Road, Think Outside, Winchester Ammunition and Firearms, the American legend. Hayden Outdoors, the brand that sells the land. Outdoor Lending, we find the best loan for your land. Western Heritage Consulting and Engineering, envision, design, build. Conterra, financing American agriculture. And True Timber, the world's best-selling camo.
Welcome to Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land. I'm your host, Allen Treadwell. On this episode, we start in New Mexico on a ranch with outstanding elk hunting before we head to Wyoming to check out a ranch with the perfect combination of grazing, recreation, and seclusion. And then it's down to Florida to meet up with Courtney Little as we check out a waterfront property she has listed on beautiful Pensacola Bay. And finally, we wind up in Colorado, where I had the opportunity to check out a farm and ranch combination that's been in the same family for 75 years. And while we showcase a few select listings on each episode, Hayden Outdoors has hundreds of properties from coast to coast listed at haydenoutdoors.com. Now let's head down to Texas, where I had the opportunity to get after some trophy Texas whitetail. Texas. It's definitely a unique landscape full of mesquite and sagebrush, and it's known for producing some quality whitetail. I was excited to get the chance to head down there and meet up with fellow Hayden agent Duncan Clark to try to see if we could get on one of his trophy Texas whitetails. What's up, Duncan Clark?
Mr. Allen, how are you?
Doing good, man.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having us down.
Absolutely.
What about the deer down here? Is this the tail end of their rut, or are they just kind of getting started right here? Or?
Yeah, I mean, they've been, I guess, rut. Anyways, the main part of the rut was probably around like Thanksgiving time.
Yeah, man, I love coming down to Texas like around Christmas time and rattling, man. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Oh yeah.
They probably don't respond to it too much this time of year right now, probably, do they? Right. A little too late.
I mean, pretty worn out by now, and of course, we haven't gotten hardly any moisture, and I mean, it's
been dry.
It's been 3 months now.
How big is this place, you know?
I don't know, but we don't have time to go to the lodge and get back to the blind before time for the feeders to go up, so I suspect it's decent sized anyway. We're gonna change clothes right up here in the road and go deer hunting.
If there's another buck that thinks a pretty mature deer, just try and send me a picture through binoculars or send me a good picture of him. Okay. And I'll say yes or no. Okay. We ain't gonna shoot nothing the way it's supposed to. Probably.
Duncan and I decided to split up, and with a few days of nothing but time to spend in a blind, I had high hopes for one of us finding success. Boy, I'm excited to be hunting this afternoon down in Texas. We're down here with Duncan Clark. He's a Hayden broker, lives in Colorado. Great guy. He's hunting another blind here on the ranch, so hopefully one of us has some success in the next couple of days. Texas is one of those states that maybe does the best job at managing their deer herd. They always know how many bucks they need to take out, how many does they need to take out, and which buck in particular. And during this hunt, Duncan and I both had our heart set on one particular deer apiece, so we got to see some monster deer that we were gonna let grow. One thing that's unique about Texas, when you go set in the blind, you usually have a target buck or maybe two. And we hadn't been there very long when a mature buck showed up, but he wasn't one we were after. And as it usually happens no matter where you're hunting, the oldest, most mature deer are the last ones to show up. And tonight was no exception.
That's probably him. I think that's one I really hit it. Right there. Hold on.
There he is. I thought he was another 20 yards farther than that, and I kept looking for him. The joker's laying right there. What a cool old buck, I'm telling you. I love the character on this guy. I don't know if you can see there where these beams, they twist on both sides. Just, I mean, even his points coming up, his G2 right here has got a twist to it. Just some cool character to this old deer. This is definitely the deer Duncan was wanting us to shoot. I called him One-Eyed Willie. You can see on his left eye right there, it's blind for sure. You know, one thing about Texas that always sticks out in my mind is just how well they manage their animals down here. You know, it's tough country. You know, a lot of times they don't get the nutrition like we get up in the Midwest, you know, or Iowa or Missouri, Kansas, you know, the big crop fields and stuff. A lot of times they really have to, you know, give these deer some of that stuff to help them reach their full potential. But doing that, they really know their deer and they give them the age. They kind of genetically select what they want to keep in the herd, what they want to take out, trying to produce big old mature bucks like this, you know, 10 points or better. You know, these guys in Texas, they were the innovators a lot, I think, in my mind, of managing whitetails and trying to grow trophy herds, and just seeing bigger and bigger deer killed all across the country because people realized what they were doing down here years ago in Texas works everywhere. But a ranch like this, you know, been strict management for a couple of decades and really control what goes in their mouth and the animals that they take out of here. And the proof is right here. You know, the mass on that deer is you know, that's Kansas mass, really, if you look at it. You know, that's not you don't expect to come to Texas and kill a deer that massive. I don't anyway.
This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Conterra, financing American agriculture. At Hayden Outdoors, we truly value our team of professional land brokers and agents. They are knowledgeable individuals, share our love of the land, and are dedicated to excellent work ethics and attention to detail. We are currently seeking experienced land professionals from coast to coast to join the Hayden team. If you believe you're a good fit, please contact us at 866-741-8323. We look forward to hearing from you.
The Winchester Model 70, the rifleman's rifle.
Conterra Ag Capital isn't just another lending institution. We are a nationwide network of ag experts ready to meet the financial needs of farmers and ranchers in rural America. Conterra understands ag loans are never one size fits all. We listen to our clients so we can get the whole picture, not just numbers on a spreadsheet. We are there with boots on the ground. Conterra, real people, real ag experts. Visit ConterraAg.com to learn more.
This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Western Heritage Consulting and Engineering. Envision, design, build.
Now let's head to Catron County, New Mexico to check out a property agents Brent Hedrick and Casey Mayer have listed, the A Lazy A Ranch.
Located about 30 minutes north of Camado, New Mexico, the roughly 6,854-acre A Lazy A Ranch is comprised of 4,264 deeded acres. The property lies within Trophy Elk Hunting Unit 12. Mule deer are also common on the property, and deer tags can be purchased over the counter. With 3 wells, drinkers, numerous dirt tanks, several miles of pipeline, excellent water rights, and the year-round Hogeye Spring, this ranch provides excellent water for livestock and wildlife. Headquarter improvements consist of a modest ranch house and adjoining bunkhouse, a 40 by 50 foot metal shop, and newly installed solar. Combined cattle operations and excellent hunting make the A Lazy A Ranch a one-of-a-kind place.
Now we're off to Albany County, Wyoming to check out a listing by agent Casey Stamen, Harney Creek Ranch.
The 592-acre Harney Creek Ranch is a perfect combination of grazing and recreation while sitting roughly 30 minutes from the Laramie Regional Airport. The home consists of 3 bedrooms and 2 full bathrooms and has recently been remodeled. Outbuildings include a 35 by 55 foot Cleary building, 2 detached garages, a historic bunkhouse, and new greenhouse, all complemented by a 10,000-watt backup solar system. With 57 irrigated acres, the remaining acreage is pasture and is fully fenced and cross-fenced, currently running 40 pair of cattle. Wildlife includes pronghorn, mule deer, and whitetail deer, along with the occasional elk or moose. Add in the aspen and cottonwood-covered streams, and this becomes a one-of-a-kind Wyoming property.
And finally, we head down to Santa Rosa County, Florida, to meet up with Agent Courtney Little and check out her waterfront residence, Gulf Breeze Bayfront Living.
I'm Courtney Little with Hayden Outdoors, and today we are on Pensacola Bay in Gulf Breeze, Florida. And we are here at my new waterfront listing, Gulf Breeze Bayfront on Pensacola Bay. This property has over 3,000 square feet, and every room makes use of the bayfront view. With this property, you can fish right off your dock during the cast net or go in for reds, or you can take your boat out into Pensacola Bay, Pensacola Pass, or the Gulf of Mexico. Also from here, you can go up many of the multiple rivers if you want to do some brackish water fishing as well. After your day out on the water, you can bring your boat back to your private dock, bring your fresh catch of the day to your fish cleaning station, and then straight to the kitchen from ocean to table. This property is 5 minutes from shopping such as Publix and Walmart, and you are 25 minutes from downtown Pensacola. By car, you're about 15 minutes to Pensacola Beach and all the restaurants and shopping there. Or if you want to take your boat, as most Floridians do, you're about 35 to 40-minute boat ride to the beach. Whether you've never been to Florida or only been here on vacation, I encourage everyone to experience what Florida has to offer. Whether it's the award-winning beaches, the freshest seafood that you'll ever imagine, I encourage everyone to come experience life on the water.
This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Winchester Repeating Arms, the American legend.
It's what we've been waiting for all year. All the preparation, the early mornings and late nights. Hot, cold, wet or windy, Mother Nature isn't doing anyone any favors. From the piney woods of the south to the old-growth hardwoods of the east, through the ocean of Midwestern prairies and down deep into the marsh, you simply won't find more effective hunting camo. Gear for hunters, by hunters. Gear that works just as hard as those wearing it. Learn more about the world's best-selling camo at truetimber.com.
Winchester USA Ready Defense is a select grade of personal defense ammunition that offers a unique combination of stopping power, penetration, and reliable expansion. The innovative hex vent rigid insert shields the hollow point by channeling soft material for positive expansion and energy transfer. Built with match-grade primers for trusted reliability. Be ready when you need it most with USA Ready Defense.
The Slash Broken Box Ranch offers 1,400 acres just 15 minutes north of Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and features world-class hunting, fishing, and excellent livestock and hay production. The Elk River flows over a mile through the ranch and offers exceptional fishing and historic water rights. The ranch boasts a 3,000 square foot home with ample outbuildings for your storage needs. Elk hunting on the ranch is excellent with over-the-counter tags plus good hunting for mule deer, antelope, and upland game. For more information, call 866-741-8323 or visit HaydenOutdoors.com. This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Outdoor Lending. We find the best loan for your land.
Now let's head to Washington County, Colorado to check out a listing Rick Kuzel has, Wrights Farm and Ranch. Today we're in eastern Colorado, just outside the town of Anton, at a wonderful listing that Rick Kuzel has, Wright Farm and Ranch. This is a great listing that's a working cattle and farming ranch, and today we're out here helping the family do a little ear tagging and tattooing on some heifers. Carl, I've got to spend some time with you over the last couple of months, and I know one thing that's pretty important to you, and that's family. What's it like being out here as a dad, watching these kids work and do that for you?
That's why you do it.
So your kids are the 5th generation on this farm, so this tradition has been passed down several times in this farm, which is incredible. Rick, as far as production grounds go here in eastern Colorado, it don't get any better than the Wright Land and Farm.
No, this area around Anton it's as good as eastern Colorado farm ground, dry land. Really, you've hit it. It's as good as it gets in here. I mean, we're probably looking at, an area that's 50 bushel wheat type country. The Wrights are in a 3-year rotation on this place. Their rotation, because of their operation, is wheat, feed crop, and a year of fallow.
So, Rick, how big is this ranch?
This ranch, the farm and ranch, consists of a little over 11,000 acres, just short of 5,000 acres of grass, a little over 6,000 acres of dryland farm ground, and then it also incorporates 2 section school lease sections with state. Both the state ground is in grass, so pretty balanced operation. So you're a little over 6,000 acres of grass and 6,000 acres of farmland.
On that 6,000 acres of grass, how many cattle are they going to be able to run on it?
They are running, I think, somewhere right now around 500 head of mother cows.
So 500 cow-calf operation.
Cow-calf operation.
And this farm really lends itself to that cow-calf operation.
Yes, I mean, you can, like you said, you go back to their farming operation, their 1/3 of their section is for feed growth. Then they're also able to run on those dryland acres, after feed. So I mean, it's a very diverse operation, but this place is geared currently for cattle production.
We're sitting here in front of their feed yards right now, and they got a pile of healthy looking calves that they've just weaned off the mamas in here and fattening them up and getting them ready to go. But we're sitting here watching them as they're loading the feed truck to come over here and do it. And it's interesting watching kind of their process as they do this. They're putting in the hay that they have harvested off the property. They run it through a big grinder, and then they're also mixing in some beet pulp in there, which gives moisture, which is going to help the cattle with the respiratory, and then they're going to use some soybean meal to give the protein.
Yes.
The protein's really what they need in this country.
Yeah, and then they also are feeding distillers grains out of the ethanol plants. They use dried distillers out here because it's just most effective, especially with transportation and getting it here.
So I talk about the improvements on the ranch a little bit. I know there's a wonderful ranch house and several barns and facilities on the place.
Very nice home, actually 3 homes on the ranch. Very nice large shop. The grain storage is excellent. I believe there's close to close to 500,000 bushels of grain storage on the place. Working facilities for the cattle, calving barn. You know, we've got this nice big shop down here by the feedlot. You know, fence line bunks. It's a very well set up farm and ranch.
So it's turnkey, ready to go. Come in here and a guy can start producing.
Yes, you could.
Rick, this is an incredible listing, and for more information on this ranch or any others that we have listed, go to HaydenOutdoors.com.
This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by True Timber, the world's best-selling camo.
Outdoor Lending offers a consultative approach to farm and recreational land lending. With relationships in mind, Outdoor Lending's concierge service matches the lender with the appropriate lending partner. Outdoor Lending, where we find you the best loan for your land. Learn more at outdoorlending.com.
The Winchester XPR. Experience performance.
Goodland, Kansas, 1976 is where it all began for Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. Over 200 brokers and agents from coast to coast. We're still going strong. If you want to sell your farm, ranch, hunting property, needing a land valuation, or in the position to purchase your next property, give our team a call at 866-741-8323. That's 866-741-8323. Or visit HaydenOutdoors.com. Hayden Outdoors is the brand that sells the land. This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend.
Well, I got lucky and killed my buck yesterday. Duncan's out after one right now. We hope he gets it, but since he's hunting and I'm not, I'm camp chef, and we pulled these back straps out yesterday, and we're in Texas, so I'm gonna do my best to turn this into some good fajitas. You know, one of the big misconceptions when you kill a big old mature buck like we killed yesterday is it's gonna be gamey or tough or something like that. You know, luckily we made a good shot on this buck yesterday. He didn't go too far before he fell over, so there's not a lot of adrenaline that got into his meat. You know, the key really is, though, is to prepare it the right way. We're gonna trim this all up, get it cleaned up. I'm gonna cut it in about 1-inch size steaks and then use this little mallet and tenderize it, flatten it out, strip it up, turn it into fajitas, put a little seasoning on it. Should be pretty good stuff. You know, so I went about 1.5 inches thick or so on them. By the time I pound them out, I don't want them to be too thin, but I do want to tenderize them up pretty good before I cook them. That's what I'm looking for right there, just a little tenderized, flattened out backstrap. Throw that on the Traeger, we'll slice it up. It's gonna be perfect. You know, fajitas, when you get them all put together, there's a lot of flavor in there, so don't be afraid to use quite a bit of seasoning, man. This is one of my favorite seasonings. I can only get in Texas. This Fiesta seasoning, it's so good. And if at all possible, what I really like to do is let it set for 15, 20 minutes. Get it to room temperature. This has been in the cooler all night. After we took these back straps out, it's been really cold. So if I can just let it set here, kind of come to room temperature, put it on the grill, that's gonna help too. Man, I wish you could smell this. It already smells so good. Oh, yeah. These things will cook quick. Hot griddle. Pound it out pretty thin. Literally a couple minutes per side and they're gonna be done. You do not want to overcook wild game. All right, turn these off. The other thing to keep in mind as you're doing your wild game is it will continue to cook a little bit after it comes off the grill or griddle or whatever. So there we go. There are the makings of some pretty fine Texas fajitas. Now if Duncan can get a buck down, it's gonna be the perfect night. What's up, man? Did you get him?
Sure didn't. Saw him. He came out real late though.
Oh, you did see him?
Yeah, sure did.
Duncan was after a particular buck that they had been seeing, and it just didn't pan out. That buck came out right at dark, and it just didn't give him a comfortable shot. But regardless, we had fresh fajitas off the grill.
Wow, that meat sure looks good.
Yes.
This is from the buck that you shot yesterday evening?
Yep, this is backstrap, man. I just kind of pounded it out, tenderized it up a little bit. A one-eye Willie.
One-eyed Willie. Been watching him for a long time.
That's really good. I want to say a big thanks to Duncan. I was super thrilled. This was one of the most unique bucks that I had killed down here in Texas. The mass, age, and character, every one of them is unique and special in their own way. And to me, they carry on that memory. And I couldn't be more happy and grateful to Duncan and his family for having us down and giving us this opportunity.
For more information on any of our great properties for sale, please call 866-741-8323 or visit us online at haydenoutdoors.com.